What is art like for people that don't draw? Well, I'll tell you, it's incredibly difficult, but so is most things in life, right? And you don't start good at something unless you're incredibly talented. You start by learning the basics and then gradually learning more difficult things as you go along. And then through dedicated practice, okay? Not mindless practice, dedicated practice. That's how you get better at things, okay? I mean, repetition is good, but only if you have the goal of being better in mind, right? So, initially, I was thinking of making a 30-day art challenge, like PewDiePie. But, yeah, I don't have the time for that either, so we're just gonna be going over the stuff that I already drew. And then maybe, once I've actually finished the 30 days, I'll make another video, right? Let's go. I just found out that the Osmo Pocket 2 isn't built for top-down videos the hard way. I almost broke the camera. Right, anyways, I guess I'll just be doing it like this. You know, just holding up. This is gonna be hard, but like, yeah, it's whatever. So this was day 1 of learning how to draw. I don't know if you can see it, but I wanted to know if I secretly was talented at drawing. So I went to YouTube and searched how to draw a simple girl, and then I clicked the first video and I tried copying it. And you know, this was the result. You can still see the guidelines because I did not have a pencil at this time, so I just used an orange pen instead. And yeah, you can see the circle guideline, which is probably the only thing that can start by drawing the head. And then you have the other guidelines, which is for the nose and the mouth. The eyes were probably the hardest to draw. And yeah, I just copied what the video said. It was much harder because I couldn't erase. So whatever I drew, it was permanent. But you know, not bad for first try. And then I decided to draw mouths. I have no idea why. Maybe because they're more expressive. And yeah, I would say that this was a good first day. For day 2, I actually started learning the basics. So you have your basic shapes like circles, triangles, and squares. Again, I still did not have a pencil by this time. Alright. And then forms. So, like I said earlier, you take the basic stuff and then you add another level to it. So that probably means dealing with 3D objects like cubes, you know, cylinders, and shadows. And then warping. I have no idea what warping means in the art industry, but maybe it's taking your cylinder and then imagining how it would bend in a way. So you still have your guidelines to help you figure out how stuff would like interact with the world if they were malleable. And then sculpting. This was by far the hardest exercise. I could never get it to the way I wanted it to look, but you know, I still added some cute smiley faces because why not. But yeah, so sculpting is, you know, exactly as it sounds like. You're trying to just chip off parts and bits and pieces of your shape, your 3D shape. So let's say you have a cube of marble, and then how would it look like if you were trying to sculpt a Greek statue like Michelangelo or something. And then I tried drawing a male torso. I don't think you can see it, but here, probably. So we still started out with basic shapes. So trapezoid, and then I added some circles, some more guidelines, triangles, where stuff would go, like the abs and the pecs, and yeah. I tried to show my process, but I don't think it looks anything like a torso. It more looks like a face. But yeah, you know, it's a learning process. On day 3, I bought a proper sketch pad. so that I could actually, you know, do a dedicated practice like I said I would. And yeah, I started with, again, basic shapes, learning how they would fit together to make something like a body, figuring out what connects to what. So we have a box head, and then the torso, and then the limbs. Yeah. And then I experimented with how an arm would look. I wish my arms and biceps look as good as this, but that's gonna take time as well. Then I have no idea what this is. It looks like Baymax. I was trying to draw another torso with abs, and then I don't know. It's funny. Then I tried drawing a female torso, which was, I think, better. Yeah, look at this. It's actually quite good. And then I tried my final attempt at a male torso, and from day 2, it's a massive improvement. I'm really proud that I learned how to draw this well in such a short amount of time. Yeah, and that's the goal for real life as well, to get as jacked as this. And then on day 4, woo! This was my favorite piece by far. Bang! I cannot believe that I was able to draw this. I was trying to experiment with things that I wanted to draw, and I figured out that I wanted to draw things that were related to fantasy. And of course, you can't have fantasy without dragons. Okay, I wrote Mushu true form, but the drawing itself really doesn't have anything to do with Mushu. I just thought that it looked like him. Okay, I searched how to draw a dragon, and then I just copied it. I have no idea how I copied it this well, and I will probably never draw something as good as this ever again. Continuing on, still day 4, I draw some simple drawings. This is Temmie, Lily Pichu's dog. If you know who she is, she's a streamer, musician, artist, and a big inspiration on my YouTube career. And then there's also Toast. I think the glasses are a bit wrong, but I still think it turned out well. And then Lily Pichu actually had a drawing class on how to draw her persona, and yeah, I think it went well. Day 5, still continuing on the theme with fantasy, I drew a witch's hat, I think, and then a staff. Yeah, I like fantasy elements really well, and I like drawing them. I think they turned out well. Then a pouch and a mana potion or something. If you haven't realized by now, I was trying to avoid drawing faces and bodies because drawing is supposed to be fun. So you can draw whatever you want, but I was also avoiding stuff that I did not think I was able to draw well. So for me, that were eyes, facial parts, body parts like head, hair. Yeah. So on day 6, that's exactly what I did. I tried practicing drawing another girl and hair, and it turned out that the more that I look at this, I think it's starting to look more like Uraraka-san from My Hero Academia. I don't know why, but it does look like her a bit. And yeah, I think these went well as well. I mean, I wish I could have these hairstyles as well in real life. Then on day 7, this was a bit hard because there was not like a video from start to finish. This was from a book, and it's a fairy. It didn't exactly show how to draw her from start to finish, so I had to improvise some parts. But all in all, aside from the eyes again, because that seems to be my weakness in drawing, turned out pretty good. And you know what's a fun fact? It was actually harder to draw Kuromi. Is that how you pronounce it? Yeah, she was harder to draw instead of the actual fairy. I have no idea why. And then on day 8, I actually saw a thing that piqued my interest. It was a crystal stove. I actually really liked the idea of having crystals as a stove, so I just sketched it, drew it. None of these designs are mine, by the way. I completely forgot which videos and books I used as reference, but yeah, I just copied them from videos and books. And this style, this head, it reminds me of the art style for Seven Deadly Sins. It was not intentional, but it does look like the art style. So yeah, I stopped on day 8 because I didn't have time to draw anymore. But that's the progress so far. I mean, not bad for a first time beginner that hasn't drawn in like forever. Like, the last time I probably drew was like when I was 7, I think. But yeah, I'm finding drawing fun. And although these drawings were really good in my opinion, I'm really scared to draw more. At first, I thought that I was gonna be bad at drawing, but when I saw my drawings and then they turned out quite well, I was scared of like, what if I can't draw as well the next time? There's always the constant fear in my head that maybe the next drawing is not gonna be as good as the next one or my previous one. Like the dragon, I feel like I would never be able to draw anything as good as that. This is not me drawing, this is just me copying other people's drawings, okay? I have never drawn before from imagination, and I think that's gonna be quite difficult for me, especially since I don't have a good sense of imagination. But yeah, maybe, who knows, in the future, for 30 days, once we complete it, I'll be able to draw something without using reference. So yeah, that's the progress for as of right now. I believe that art is one of the harder things to track for progress because it's not straight. Like, there are days there where you're gonna be able to draw well, and then there are other days as well that's gonna be really, really bad, and you don't want to just show. Fortunately for me, I haven't had a day like that. I really like the stuff I draw for now. Maybe that'll change in the future as well. But drawing is such a fun hobby, and hopefully I get to continue drawing in the future as well. Alright, that's the end of the video. Bye!